In our previous chapter, a newly appointed general of the Empire led his army against the night goblins that dwelled south of Blackfire Pass. With dwarf allies aiding from the woods, the massive greenskin onslaught was stalled. To the northeast, the Grand Crusader, Klaus von Sol, fought the army of Slanesh, led by a foul individual called Morkar. Their vile seduction would be drowned out by the thunderous response of Imperial gunpowder. There would be little rest for the Grand Crusader's army. Azazel, the Prince of Damnation, brought his tawdry host into Ostermark. 2 entrances to the town had to be defended. Not one step back was taken, and the prince was silenced. In the heartland of the Empire, Gelt marched to fight the pestilent hordes of Nurgle at Kemperbad. Vile monstrosities attempted to defile the lands further. With magic and steel on the side of the Imperial men, they slew the demon and cleansed the town. Now we begin a new chapter where many battles are about to take place. From the free city of Sartosa comes a ravening horde. Led by their vampire masters, they now seek the many treasures of Gelt Solland. But here we have General Bernhardt, who is going to lead his men in defense of the Empire. The pirates of Sartosa are on their way. Little do they know though, we have a dwarf who has a minigun. They're gonna be in trouble in just a bit. Dear God, imagine the smell here. Not only are you smelling the dead, but wet dead? Not my favorite thing in the world. Now, let's come over here and have a look. My own formation is pretty simple. I've got, of course, my Air Corps. They're gonna be flying in later on. We've got back over here handgunners, halberdiers, slayers, and greatswords. It's a very simple formation, not meant to actually, operate in battle. It's only just out there to present itself for whenever I need to move them forward. But here we go now. Our minigun loving friend, Malachi. He's gonna rip right through the undead. By the way, that is by far the worst skull I've ever seen. If you've not seen it, look up. Look on that cliffside. We've seen many skulls, but that is horrendous. Someone needs to be fired. Oh God, that's like when someone tried to restore that painting of Jesus and it did not go well. So right now, in the very beginning, we're gonna use up our ammo to rip right through as many undead as we're able to. That's really my goal. If you've got some manner of advantage on your side, use it. Look at that. Each round exploding. Think about a real Gatling gun, the cost to shoot one of those. Who is paying for your ammo budget, Malachi? He's like, I don't care, I'm just here to shoot. Check him out. I would be terrified. Like there's Freddy Krueger, then there's Malachi with a minigun. Malachi would be scarier to me. He's so calm about it. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna rip right through you by the hundreds. We'll have a look at his kills later on. So there are gonna be some enemies reinforcing their army very soon. You're already able to see a lot of them moving in right now. That's what we're gonna have to watch out for. Oh, they're not gonna be fun at all. We're actually at a point now where I feel like we've seen so many incredible mods that Warhammer 3 is going to be a very different game over the course of its growth, largely because of those teams, because of those people out there. A lot of secrets have already been discovered, and so we're going to see some very cool things just being made. Now, they of course have their vampire leaders, the Jack Sparrows of the world, maybe not nearly as charismatic, but they're going to be lurching forward. So, what are we going to do about that? It's pretty simple, really. We've got magic on our side. Constantine Franken. We've got, of course, Adam Isabel, our witch hunter. We're going to ensure that he gets many kills too, despite the fact that witch hunters could probably use a bit of love. Right now, Malachi has 238 kills, or destroyed units. Now, of course, they want to use magic upon him, like Spirit Leech. Look, that's a lot of dwarf. You're not going to rip through that. Not quickly. Yeah, he's going to ignore you, then shoot you. Like that, yeah. Perfect. So we'll come back real quick, and that'll be the very beginning of our fight today, is just really taking our time, shooting right through them. They're gonna waste some magic, and pretty soon we're gonna have Constantine moving up, just using Fireball upon their leaders and whoever else too, because eventually we're gonna have to go after their artillery, which is really my major goal. So if we have a look at what they have on their side right now, flying units, they've got a lot of infantry, range units too. And naturally, they've got artillery, a lot of artillery. That's what we need to destroy. And hopefully Malachi is going to be able to rip right through all of that artillery. We're going after a few of their infantry units, but that isn't a big deal. If I want my army to function, then these mortars, the carronades, they've got to go. Look at how much artillery they have on their side. That's actually terrifying. That's way too much for anyone to fight who has a land-based army like I do. Now, I've got some other units, sure, but I still need to preserve my infantry. I only have so many, and I've got to use all of them carefully, and they'll want to move forward a little bit. Keep in mind, Malachi has a limited amount of ammunition. He won't be able to do this all day, but he'll be able to do it for a bit. That's for damn well sure. There we go. We're seeing a few shots rip through over here. Only a few. How do they aim? Are they able to see? Can the undead see? We know that they're controlled by necromancy, and I just wonder though. It feels rather difficult to get them to aim artillery. I need to know. I wonder if one of the novels have really covered that. I have no idea. So back through them again, and that'll be happening for just a little bit. I mean, we're able to see that he's only got so much ammo left, only so much to utilize. Now, over here, we've got Isabel, Adam Isabel, named after a commenter, by the way. And he's gonna be moving and shooting. He's being chased right now, and he's like, nope, shoot. You go away. I don't like you. And he'll turn around and offer a few more silver bullets. Now the undead army is moving. By the way, I can see that the little icon there is incorrect. It would be funny if there were just duplicates of her. They like learned how to clone her or something, but no, it's only a little issue. We had a major update to the game, and so who knows what that did to my mods. And you know me, I'm a modding man. I like my Jenga towers of mods. The mortars are taking damage. It is taking a bit of time. Yeah, look at that. Now, they're trying to move forward. And Malachi, from when I last checked just a moment ago, had over 600 kills, nearly 700. Of course, we have our leader charging out too. General Bernhardt von Sol. What I really have enjoyed about our later Warhammer campaigns is that I feel like I know every character. Of course, later on we get many new characters, and so we don't get to know them nearly as long, but still, it's very cool to get to know so many different characters. Bernhardt is a new fellow, but man, he's been able to make a statement. Of course, he's partnered with Malachi, which does help out. The Sirens are moving forward. There's a fireball going out right now just to cause a bit more damage, just to hurt them a little bit more. And of course, they're going to be able to hit Malachi, who's taking out 845. Now keep in mind what he's been taking out, okay? It's not like he's taking out elite units. If they had mounted units, I wouldn't be able to do this. We've used Malachi before, so why is he so strong now? He's fighting fodder. I mean, he's shooting fodder right now. They have the numbers on their side, but if you allow Malachi to do what he just did, then you're in trouble. But of course, I only have so much ammunition. Eventually, I've got to ensure that I take out all of their artillery, which is why our Air Force is on the move right now. Of course, if I could go back, I would probably get rid of my bombers. Bombers can be fun, and we'll try to use them in a fun way where we can, but sometimes it'll be difficult to get them into position because often I need to watch out for enemy ranged units, and that gets difficult. So let's come over here real quick. We've got the Bright Wizard, 37. There we go. All right, so now let's have a look at the Fellbats over here. They're annoying. They're keeping things pretty busy. And Franken, again, is going to charge in and help out. We just want to keep them busy because my goal is to get, of course, our main army to move to the front lines. Now, if we have a look, they are taking some damage. I'm not a fan of that, but we've got carronades, and I was really shocked about them being able to actually hit us. Yeah, they were able to actually come out over here, 18 kills. I didn't think they would be able to do that. So now we just need to wait a little bit more until our forces get over here. The Air Force is here right now. They're shooting, they're doing it. It's only, what, 2.5 armies we're having to worry about. We knew that the pirates would be on their way, and so they're here. There's a burning skull, giving them the burn. All right, taking out a few more. Good job, Franken. It all depends on your army format. You'll watch me go out and play a little bit more aggressively. That's one thing that I want to be a little bit better about. Even though I might lose a few more units, I feel like I've got to go out there and be a bit more aggressive when it calls for that in a certain situation. But the battle's nearly over as of right now, I believe. If we go back and have a look real quick, I've got, what, handgunners who are now shooting right into the battle. And they're going to get plenty of kills if they're allowed to. I mean, these are my sole riflemen. They're trained. They know how to fight. By the way, all the visual mods giving a bit more variety to the units, I absolutely love it. Oh, there we go. Reloading animations, all of that. Fantastic. So, eventually, they're going to fall apart. Let's have a look at Malachi again, who has what? A little bit more ammo. 1. He'll be able to shoot a little bit more, but he's at nearly 900 kills. Oh, he's at over 900 kills. The mad lad did it. And he's out now. He's like, okay, I'm done doing that. Time to go hit things. Big fan, by the way, big fan. Now, Isabel has 52 kills. For a witch hunter, it's actually pretty good. Not too bad, actually. And I had him going after enemy leaders, and he's getting stronger. It takes time, but I think you can get him to a pretty decent point. Now, here's another Spirit Leech. Malachi took a lot of damage. I was a little bit worried about him for sure. Now, back over here, our General Bernhardt, he's been busy just going after what's left. Just whatever that's left over here. Attacking their leader, Windy Bull. Oh, they're charging again. He's got over 60 kills. They've got some units left right now. But what a battle to begin our day with. The drama, the affairs. Okay, no, it's not the days of our lives, but, well, the undead days of our... I don't know. There's a title somewhere. Okay, the deckhands over here, they're moving forward, they're falling apart. I mean, that's what's fun about fighting a numbers army, is that you get a lot of kills and you feel cool for it, but we have won. It is over. They are done. Goodbye, Wendy. Goodbye. Now, that was a tough one. At times you'll see me where I come out of a battle with minimal casualties, but it's because of great effort. I had to maneuver how much during the entire battle? Imagine if I engaged normally. Their artillery would have torn my men up, but we used a lot of ranged tactics and maneuverability in order to maximize our chance of course, victory, and also diminishing our losses too. So we lost what, 15 men? Malachi was able to kill over 200 or destroy 200. Oh, look at that. Huh. Constantine and Malachi tied for kills. Then after that, our Air Force did a great job. We had our infantry move in later on. They were able to fight well. It is finally time to unify the Empire. Karl Franz has seen it fit to confederate with our own faction. Our courts, which were once 2, will now become 1. We'll take it, we've got to, I think. There we are. It's gonna take me a moment. I'm gonna have to come over here and organize all of our lands and our armies too. A few I'll have to get rid of, a few others I'll just have to hold on to. We might even lose a few new territories. Oh, look at that plague. It's all up north. Right now I'm losing money, but if I get rid of 1 or 2 armies, we're gonna be okay. That means I've got so much more land. Our goal for this campaign is, of course, to fix the Empire. We're going to be able to do that, I think. Let's have a look at our lands right now. We own a lot. We need Talabeclan, Ostermark. Eventually, we'll need over here the Moot. And then we've got our major campaign up north. There's Karl Franz. He's close by. Let's have a look at him real quick. He's right by what? Wrecker's Point.
I am Prince.
He's got a large
Emperor.
army. It's not a very good army. Now, all the greatswords are good. I do like those. We'll combine what we have right now. Done. Only rank 13. He's not quite up there. I could respec him. I think I'll do that later on in order for us to, of course, come over here and... Ooh, look at that. The Emperor's Men. With a bunch of benefits like what we're looking at here, I would love to play Karl. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of mods out there for the Empire now. You can really change up what you're doing based on what you're playing. So we need to wait here for right now. Hopefully he'll be ready in time to, of course, come after one of these many targets. We'll want to go after... Which area? Not the pirates, but Wrecker's Point. That's where we want to go. We'll take over that. I could deploy a camp up here. That would be an okay idea. I would rather deploy it elsewhere. Now, Lorelorn Forest I might give to another faction because, again, it's got these woods and they're just not great to really contend with. Yeah, I don't want it. They might even colonize it, but I'll just come back later on and destroy it again. That'll be okay. When it comes to other armies, again, I'll just have to have a look around. We'll need to get rid of a few others. We've got General Bernhardt. We've got a Crusader over here at, of course, only 1 rank, and I can't really recruit anything new. Albert Noor is up north. He's really not needed, so we'll get rid of him. I might not be able to hold on to Karl for too long. We might get rid of him or just bring him back to guard, of course, his own capital.
How should we proceed?
All right, we've got a captain. We've got over here, what? Another captain. I don't want too many captains, so I'll think about it. I could use him right now just to kind of go after a few things. Like, ooh, look at that. He got that. Hates chaos. Not a bad thing. It's a brawler. He was able to get a lot from just doing one action like that. So we come back down. We've got Boris Drietzman, who's aggravating his enemies. Not killing them outright. So I'm going to take some time here to go over our lands and to just really reorganize what we have, because we're going to want to make a lot of money in order to really optimize our buildings up here, and we'll have to change up our war fronts too. We can't forget about General Bernhardt, who's right over here. He won a major battle. We're going to look at our empire in just a moment, but we need to finish off our enemies. Eventually, we're going to move on back and have him help us out, because we could use a few new armies up there. Having his is going to be a major help. Marty Hawkins, gone. Thomas Jackson, you've got 2 first names. You deserve to be buried. You too, Wendy. Okay. There we go. You're gone too. Assured Assailant. We got them all, sort of striking. Now look at these levels over here. Level 18, we have our Griffin, which is so darn powerful. Now, we want to grab a Blade Shield. It took a lot of damage. We don't want to take a lot of damage. Devastating Charge is really good. I like that as well. Look at that, 116. It's also really good. When it comes to items, I could change out a few things. We do have Karl Franz. I'll think about it later on. We've got more elector counts to assign, but I'm going to need to hire a few new lords for that. Now, for you, Adam, I don't need to actually X out like that, but it's a habit. It's a really consistent habit. So over here, we're going to pick up, again, a bit more when it comes to just fighting in melee. We're going to do a lot of that, even though he's got a gun.
Now
He's got 2 rolls. Okay, so we're not quite there. We need rank 20. I'm so close to it, but I'm not there. It's driving me crazy because I do want it. We'll come down over here. There we go. 10% more movement. That's really good. All right, Rankin. Let's have a look now. We've got over here magical reserves. Okay, cool. Earthing. Piercing bolts of burning. That's going to be phenomenal. Spells like that I love to use all the time.
Yes.
Okay, Bernhardt. You could move down. I might try to get our dwarf friends to help us out and go after the pirates too, because I want him to come back. Or we could just have a major defense right over there. But either way, we're going to bring him back home. It's about time for that. So after that, we also need to have a look at the Grand Crusader, who's right by a major target, that being Nagenhof. All right, we can knock it off our little list here and auto-resolve. It's over for that area too. Now we just get to occupy. All right. Gelt is getting closer. He's not quite there yet. One more turn to go, then we'll be able to stop Grom. Let's have a look over here at Captain Heiner. He's only defending at the moment. The dwarves were not willing to go after the pirates. Hopefully in time they'll change their mind. They shouldn't be getting along. In fact, that's a lot of easy land for them to take over. So we took over Nagenhof. I've got some decent money, partially due to the fact that I've got a lot of trade going on. And after we took Reichland, a few other nations are willing to trade with us. It all adds up. And of course I got rid of a few extra heroes. I demolished a few buildings, built some new buildings too. We've got Mordheim. I'm not too worried about the plague. We're just going to upgrade what we can. Probably at border areas. Mordheim would be a decent area to upgrade, so we'll do that. Naturally, we want to build fields because fields are just fantastic. Let's see. Let's have a look over here. The Crusader has ranked up. Pretty much everyone has an epic weapon right now. It's pretty funny. They all have incredible weapons to use, even heroes. All right, so they're going to wait here for a turn. Now, let's go down the list over here. I like to go after each and every army that we have. Let's have a look around. The pirates have no army close by. I mean, they could be here in a few turns, but I would be able to move back in defense. So we could come over here and go after, let's say, Bretonnia. But we need General Bernhardt to move over anyway, so it'll take him not too long. I mean, look at that. He's able to move very far. Of course, we're moving inside of the Empire. We've got the infrastructure to move him from point A to point B. Now, Karl Franz, I want to reformat his army, especially if we do choose to use him. Of course, I might even just use a Huntsman General. I'll think about it. And I did reset the scale to my UI, so it's a bit larger now, which is not a bad thing. It'll help me not overlook a few things, because, hey, they won't be in the corner of my vision here. All right, so we've got Imperial Special Forces. Ooh, +8 for melee attack for Reichsguard. I do want to play as Karl again one day. I think it would be fun to do that. But of course, I love the Empire, and there's so many great mods for them out there. Let's come over here to Reichland, speaking of. So we're going to build Castle Reichsguard, or Reichsguard. Largely because we get a lot of benefits. Of course, it's all for the Reichsguard, but we're going to be using them. Over here, we've got the Red Moon Inn. Oh, I love that. No mayfly chatter allowed, though. Dear God, that one line, hearing it over and over. Dark Tide has been a lot of fun too. I tried out to close beta, so can't wait to try more of that whenever it's out. We've done everything that we can right now. There's not too much for me to look at. In fact, I'll have you have a look right now. There's one little army over here. I might even get the general to go after that. But there's not too much for me to conquer inside the Empire. Not at the moment. We just need the Grand Crusader to go after a few more targets. Krugenheim over here. We've got after that Telebecklin, which might be taken, or at least Talabheim might be taken. We'll destroy that ruin. I thought I got them all, but there's a lot here. Hergig. Yeah, see, these areas will probably be lost on our following turn, but that's okay because we'll come back. We just need to settle up on the borders, which again is all related to Bretonnia. They have not been stalwart, staunch allies. They've been rather annoying. Of course, thankfully the king hasn't betrayed us, but that could always change. After the Elves of Lorelorn were exiled from their homeland, Gelt gave them Athelloren. However, we are now once again at war with the Wood Elves. Belegar, who's leading his own dwarf clan, now leads his own army into Athelloren to fight them. Meanwhile, Grom the Paunch has finally attacked, and we've got to contend with that. Now we have an issue. The Lorelorn kin bands, and here's the only time you'll ever see me relying on any Wood Elf faction. They're over here. Naturally, it's the fault of the dwarves going after them. I could just say, hey, we're not going to ally, but that would be weird too, so I've got to join them. I don't want to, but I've got to. If anything, it allows me a chance to get more experience in battle, which sounds dark and strange, but I've got to do it. Now, unfortunately, we're under attack now. Gelt did all of that work, but he didn't make it here in time. We've got a major army to defend against, the Graydon's Realm. It's a major force, so we're going to have to worry about the Wood Elves anyway. It's actually a good thing that Gelt is over here. We're just going to have to quickly go through their lands and take them all out. Will it take long? It won't take long. All right, let's go fight this battle. It won't be easy. If we have a look at what he has, he's got a standard of discipline on himself. We've got over here a Scarecrow banner on his hero, reducing leadership of, what, only flying units. He's got, oh no, pump wagons and rock lobbers. His reinforcements are fodder, but those tools alone might hurt us, and of course we have a pretty injured garrison. We're still going to give it a go. The Lord of Twinkie Consumption himself is here. Grom the Paunch is on the way. It's a battle that you've got to dread, I think. Grom the Paunch is rather durable. He's a monstrosity, and of course he's got his green skin army. We don't even have a full garrison. You know, our dwarf hold has been holding out for quite some time. Check out the visuals, by the way, how beautiful all of it looks. They're moving forward at the moment. Our hope is that we're able to damage all of them, to weaken them to a point where it'll be easy to get rid of them. So we'll go over our formation in just a bit. We've got plenty of time. It's a siege battle. You know how these play out. It could take a bit. Now, I do have a mod where you only need to take the actual victory capital point. That's it. And I thought to myself that maybe we could have enough fire over here where we could weaken him. And he's like, no, I'm going to eat those for later. Those are fun for me. They're like little bamboo shoots. Now, they have a variety of different units, and that is more of an issue. Maybe if it was like only greenskins, like just numbers, goblins, all of that. But no, it's chariots, it's riders, it's a lot more. Now, we've dealt some damage. I mean, look at the bodies plastered to the ground. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful sight. So, let's have a look real quick because we need to know what we are defending. Now, let's go over to our main gate over here. I've got, of course, my crossbowmen. I wanted my gunners to have some room to shoot at those just moving around. Like over here, one group has, what, 38 kills, not bad. Line of sight causes a lot of issues and it won't allow me to get as many kills as I would like to with my ranged units, especially depending on what you're defending. Now, further out, we just have our towers. Now, our towers are enabled by, of course, crossbowmen. These towers, I've told them to focus on one group of their artillery at a time. We don't want rock lobbers breaking down our walls. It's just not a great thing for us to really deal with, so that's what we want. Now, I only have so many units, so we've got over here my mortars, and I thought to myself, if we're going down, we're gonna have to go down taking on Grom, and that's what we need to do. So we've got, of course, a captain, our arch-lector. They're defending on the front lines right now, and it is quite the tragic affair. Brave men having to die and fight. Yeah, they're gonna have to hold for right here. We're gonna use our Grand Shield of Faith, the Grand Hammer of Sigmar. There's Grom, who, again, is just a terrifying enemy leader. Now, we of course have enemy reinforcements on the way, and over here, part of their other force. Now, because they're coming over here, I only gave them 2 groups of swordsmen for one, but also the Hellstone Rocket Battery. I thought to myself, if they're gonna slowly charge towards us, why not shoot at them with a lot of artillery? Maybe we could wipe out an entire group before they reach us, and if they get close enough, you know what we'll do? We'll send in our swordsmen. And they'll give them the old-fashioned choppy chop. Yeah, look at that, already landing some hits. Now that's a gauntlet no one would want to run. Oh yeah, lose a lot of weight doing that. Being blown into pieces. You won't recognize yourself after it's all done. So we're back over here, and again, I've got my mortars now trying to help out, going after their rock lobbers, because my fear was to have them just use other units to come after me. Now I was hoping that in melee, we would be able to beat their Night Goblin archers easily despite being outnumbered, despite using crossbowmen, but man, those guys are sturdy. Now back over here is where they're just going to be able to whittle us down, all because of Grom. Grom has 41 kills already. We're trying to debuff him, but they're debuffing our units too. We are in fact rattled. Oh no. He's moving too quickly. And there we are. So we're going to be holding there as long as we can. Let's go have some other looks. They've got a shaman, and of course with my knights over here, they've got some reinforcing units, some more goblins close by, but our goal is to try to at least get rid of the shaman or damage what we can. It can be tough to cycle charges whenever they don't withdraw properly, but there they are now. They're going to go just charge over there. Over here is where we've got our swordsmen with that Hellstone Rocket Battery. So you're able to see the merits of what I've done. 167 kills, they got a lot of kills, and by the time they got to my swordsmen, they're already falling apart. Now, some of you might wonder why I don't have like more units back over here to defend, because I mean, they could just like cap every point or just cap our victory location. That's true. I've already resigned myself to the fact that it's not very likely that we'll be able to win. If it was only the army, maybe. However, it's Grom the Paunch, and I know how strong he is. When you've played enough Warhammer, when you've played enough Total War, you get a pretty good read on things. And usually you need like a certain template or certain units to be able to have a better shot, whether it's like things that you can use to cycle charge with or just spam in some type of way. But as you know, I don't really spam that much. I try to build balanced armies just because I like the challenge and I find it to be pretty entertaining because of that. Now here comes a lot of greenskins. I mean, we fought a lot already, right? But a new wave. It's like a movie. You just have more greenskins on the way. It's like, why? Why can't there be less greenskins? But no, there's more. But wait. Now, back over here, they got some units who are not moving in. There's Goblin Archers, man. They're just up here, and I wanted to just like shoot at them, but it can be a little bit finicky to try to shoot them whenever you've got range units on the walls. Oh man, if we could just like stand here properly and have everyone shoot in proper volleys and just go after them. Like they're shooting a little bit, but if we could, oh, they would destroy them. Now, I'm trying to move some crossbows and handgunners over here because they can't really see down to shoot more. And all I want right now is to kill more of these blasted fools. And beyond that, I'm moving my Hellstone Rocket Battery. They're trying to get into a new position. Now, of course, sometimes whenever you right click, they'll want to like go after some type of group and they'll begin to follow them, and that can be quite annoying. But like over here, we've got some more goblins here moving in towards them where they're just going to be able to rotate and hopefully shoot them. My swordsmen, they've done well. They've actually wiped out these groups of goblins after they were just being taken down. We've got some towers too getting a few kills. I would actually like to see the kills by towers. I think that would be nice, but let's have a look over here again. Look, we're not targeting with mortars and more these goblins. Oh, you have fallen into my trap. Beware, fools. You're getting blown up. Courtesy of the Empire. Ripping right through them. Do I always want more direct shots? Sure, but that is rather sufficient. But here, the brave men of the Empire continue to fight on. They try so hard. Our Empire Captain, of course, he was taken out by Grom the Paunch, but we do have Crusader Captain Hoffman. He's trying right now, but Grom has 190 kills. Like I was saying before, you just have a pretty good read. He's able to just stay in the fight, and it's almost impossible to just dislodge him. Where you would want him gone, he's going to linger, and that's where we just try to do our best. We know that, hey, guys, we're gonna die. You send out your letters where you can to your loved ones, and you fight as hard as you can, because you know if you do a little bit better right now, a few more people might live later on, and that could be your family. Back over here, 72 kills, 34 kills. Back over to our artillery as well. Let's see, they're still shooting 190 kills. Now they're gonna have more, still killing some goblins over here. Get them, boys. So now we just need to wait for a little bit. We've got our knights too. They have 98 kills. They're going to charge in, and of course we're going to have more units moving in because they're breaking down my gate over to the left, and that's really bad for us too. They're just going to run right through us after that. And my mortars, I mean, they've been busy. Mortars can be okay early on, but like here, they're just not getting a lot of kills. I wish they could, but units move so quickly and they're just not killing enough. And our front lines, look at that, spiky rollers, 19 kills. The halberdiers, they're being buffed up, but it's just not significant enough. It's just not possible. And of course, we've got spiky rollers now moving in. They're hitting us with more of their own archers. I mean, we did it, I think. We did it. We dealt the damage we needed to deal. Grom is eating freaking lunch right now and killing us. Ripping right through them. I mean, immediately. We've won so many battles, so we were bound to have one where things might not go our way. Oh no, Billy. Billy, why? Okay, jeez. Sometimes I forget how brutal some of the animations are, and just watching them get torn up like that with blood just painting the ground. People are like, oh, I didn't know we had a new paint job. It's like, no, that's just our people's blood. Okay, that's dark. So Hoffman over here, 42 kills. Not enough. You always want them to get more. The halberds, yeah, they were meant to target this group here, but they had some friendly fire. They were meant to go after goblin archers, but that's just the way that things roll sometimes, you know. It's not going to change up the battle that much. You don't want it to happen, but it did happen. Now over here, we've got the rocket battery, 266 kills. They're not done yet. They're not done yet. The pump wagons are here. They have over 70 kills right now. 78. They're going up. Yeah. We're at the point where they're just going to take over. They're going to take over our Victory Plaza, but we're going to keep on fighting. Our swordsmen over here, they have 72 kills. Our artillery, they've got 286 kills. So keep in mind, they're not really fighting in a more conventional battlefield where they could just sit and shoot, but we've used them in a very interesting way. Using our town here, we've been able to destroy a lot of greenskins. If we had just a few more units, if only Grom wasn't here, if it was like any conventional greenskin leader, I wouldn't be worried, and we would have a great shot at being able to just turn the tide, the green tide, into a red tide. But look at that, I mean, just great shots. Those goblins gone. I mean, either way, after the battle, there's not gonna be a lot of greenskins left. Yeah, hold on to your town. You'll have like 10 greenskins and Grom. Well, 9, because he'll have eaten one, but... Get back over here. Grom is still fighting. The Archlector, 160 for kills. Dribbled Chin. Who put that name in here? No one wants to read that name for a greenskin. Ugh. Someone put that in and went like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna make people read that. And they can't be stopped. So now we'll zoom in over here and just have like a little cinematic look, because tactically I've gone over what my plan was, and so now we get to enjoy the visuals, we get to enjoy the carnage of just good men dying, which, oh, it drives me insane. I was always that type of person in video games where if you had like AI allies, I would try to save them no matter what. No matter what, I would restart a mission just trying to ensure that as many lived as possible. Always been like that. Of course, I used to like really trend towards like paladin characters when I was younger. Now, probably more of a wizard. But back over here, the rocket battery has 373 kills, and they're just doing it, man. They're doing some fine stuff. Now, I've been getting a lot more sleep. We had to move bedrooms. I've got incredibly noisy neighbors. I'm pretty sure I might be living next to a bunch of goblins and orcs, just based on some of the noises I've heard. I think I've heard a wall or two, but either way, it's been so noisy for so long, so I finally just moved my bedroom to the other side of the house, and I've been sleeping so well. So if you notice like I'm a little bit more lively, I'm a little bit more engaged, that's why. I'm well rested, man. I'm doing it. All right, so handgunners and crossbows, they're just shooting into the back of all these greenskins who are left. Look at how many they've killed, but we're actually doing okay. I mean, we're actually getting a lot of kills. And Grom, oh, he's having a tough one. Oh, he's having a tough one. At least his army is. Now, we've got some what? Pump wagons, yeah, over here. The Archlector 224 on kills. Archlectors do really well. I actually like them a lot. I'm a huge fan. Yeah, beyond the Paladin, I played a Warrior Priest over in Warhammer Online, a Paladin back in WoW, back when they were bad. 2004, Seal of the Crusader, your only seal you could use. Yeah, there's Grom, 324 kills. Now keep in mind, we were already outnumbered. Snot wagons over here, 78 kills. They're getting our victory plaza over here, so pretty soon it'll be over. We've got some swordsmen who are chasing after some more goblins. My goal, again, just to weaken them, and hopefully that will work out. But yeah, sleep is really important. Definitely get your sleep. Sometimes you get so used to it, you don't even know when you're sleep deprived. And there's a shot from that goblin shaman. 225. Yeah, the men are just like moving out now. The crossbowmen, 88 kills. I mean, we did pretty okay. My handgunners, 120. They did all right. We could actually fight even more of them. I don't think that the Archlector could beat Grom, who's at a much higher level, but we were at least able to just hurt them. We were able to wound them desperately. And back over here is where we've got some swordsmen, and they're unfortunately having to fight these pump wagons. But look at that, they're freaking out a little bit. They're losing it, they're wavering. Oh. Ouch. By the way, what a funny device. I know what they are, but I haven't seen one in action in quite some time. Just watching the wings on top. By the way, your upper body strength must be incredible. Clearly they're into /R body weight fitness, these goblins. Okay. 373 for the Hellstorm Rocket Battery. Now, let's come back over here. Grom is, of course, slaughtering what's left of my poor garrison. The plaza? Oh yeah, it's being taken as we speak. He's done it. For now. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna strike with a fury and a vengeance. It shall be unkind. There will be no kindness to it. Meanwhile, the Archlector and his men, they're trying their best right now to charge ahead and to at least do something. I wish we had like some secret caverns where they could escape. They're being hit by some goblin archers who are left, very few. They might get like a kill or two. They won't do a lot of damage, they're pretty weak. But the battle is over. We have done what we can. Brave men died today. They stood for what they believed in. And there's one good charge. One good charge. That's why auto-resolve doesn't always tell an accurate tale. When it came to his army, we were able to beat them, but Grom alone was able to take out so many of our soldiers, 389. There we are. We killed so many though, we did a great job. We're gonna have to push pretty hard as he's now, what, broken it down? He's not actually... We have lost a hero today, Crusader Captain Hoffman. He did a great job, and we will not allow his sacrifice to be in vain. So we'll come over here and destroy Grom's army. If you want to get away, you're going to be able to. Now, Musion also declared war upon us, which means regardless, we're going to have to go after all of them. Oh, we're going to do it. Let's move as close as we're able to. Now, I wonder.
Praise be
Ah, there we go. Come on down. Look at that. He's done for now. There's no more Grom. He'll be back, of course, but that gives us a good opportunity to allow Gelt to go over there to the west. I'm going to take up my experience. We're not going to allow these orcs to live. There it is. I did want Weight Watcher for, of course, Gelt, but that's alright. Someone's got it. Alright. Gelt, you're going to come over here. It's going to take you a bit, but you're going to go over there. Amusingly enough, we're also fighting the Wood Elves. Bernhardt is going to move over to the west instead. Okay, he's coming on down. He's got the firepower, he's got the power, and also dwarves are going to be able to help him out too. Poor Karak Norn. We did a great job though. We did a pretty good job just being able to stop them in their tracks for a bit of time. Now Musion declared war. We've got over here Belegar, who's right by us. I would love to fight him, but we're busy right now. Okay. The Worm Killer, huh? Let's come on down. Yeah, they've got a weak, cheap army. Karl's going to be up here keeping them busy as well. Even if they conquer what we've taken or they reconquer whatever, doesn't really matter. It's all just about slowing them down. We take out one army, that's one less army to worry about. We'll take some builds too. Let's have a look at what we need to do. So Gelt is moving, we know about him. Captain Heiner, pretty soon I'm going to be able to equip your new army. Bernhardt is moving down, he's going to go over there. The Grand Crusader is really the only one who's been able to focus on our campaign to go after chaos. It's really a shame, but that's really the fact of our current matter. We'll come over here now and just quickly get rid of them too. I'm not going to return it to anyone, it belongs to me now. We get to unify the Empire. They haven't been able to do it as of late, so we get to do it. Let's upgrade what we can. We're going to build up our fields. As you know, we need food. You always need food. An army only marches on its stomach. Alright, rank 29. The Grand Crusader. We've got many options for him, but it's going to be done over here. Honest Steel. There we go. One for him. Now he's doing even better. Okay, Otto von Walden. Otto von Walden alone would have changed up that entire battle, but again, we get to get revenge upon all of them. It's going to be great. It's going to be ideal. Actually, we'll come back over here real quick and further enhance our spellcasting. Knut. If I've got that right, I'll give you that ability. And for Karl Franz, here we go. Reduce your upkeep. A great idea. Now things are going to be cheaper, and we want things to be a bit cheaper for us. So we've only got so much money. So many people are unhappy. We're going to build up Nagenhof, as we do have Ostermark. We're just trying to get things together. Talabheim. Oh, that would be great. A chapter house over here. A forest for the Cult of Tel and Ria. If I've got that right, I have no idea. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. We still can't get the Red Moon in. I do want that. We'll get livestock pens for a bit more income. See, we're slowly growing. We're slowly doing better. If we have a look at the map right now, we can look at what our goals are. Oh my god, it's a lot of information. Maybe too much information. Let's have a look. So we just need to take over here one more bit of land. The Grand Crusader will then go over to Talabheim. Then we'll let him move up north. Hopefully Kislev will hold on. They need to. The dwarfs are doing pretty well. We just need them to go after the pirates. If we can ignore the south, we're going to be okay. But look at that. We were able to push that all back. We've got to worry about Wood Elves. But the dwarfs are also moving in. They've taken the King's Glade, so actually, they might even conquer it. Yeah, see, what I did, I think, was a logical action. However, the Wood Elves suck. Unwise. They've got undead units over here. Look at them. True traitors. What a strange alliance. Now, I did not really predict that. I couldn't have, I don't think, that they would ally a bunch of undead. But then again, they're Wood Elves, so we'll get rid of them. And it looks like the Bretonnians have betrayed us, so we'll have to worry about the Bretonnians too. Oh man, the battles never end. We've got so much to do. Now, we've got another area under our control. Great. I haven't been able to really worry about rebuilding our armies. We've got another elector count. What a funny system. But now we get to end our turn and get ready for something new entirely. Yeah, I'll probably build up Captain Heiner or get a Huntsman General very soon just to help out, but we just need more money, and we need it now. Good news over here, though. They no longer want to fight. They, of course, being the Swordfish crew. We don't have to worry about these pirates anymore. That's a good thing for us.
I dare you.
Sure. Strange way to engage with me. Alright, so they're done now. They might come to fight me later, but at the very least, they won't be coming back. We beat them, they gave up. That was very pirate-like of them. They came over here to raid, they lost, and they were like, hey, you know what? Too much for us. So now, again, we get to focus over here on the west. We're going to take Bretonnia, we've got to. And again, we might lose some lands up north, but we'll come back too. You can see where Karl invaded before they confederated with us. Right through Midland, and he kept shooting. Belegar's close by too. We've had a series of different battles today, and here's one that's quite challenging. Over here, we've got 3 groups of swordsmen. They're reinforced by what? 1 group of archers, huntsmen, 2 groups of great swords. They're fighting warhounds. They've got over here chaos spawn and marauder horsemen, in addition to what? Chaos trolls too. Now, at another point, we've got another defense, but over here, we only have swordsmen and knights. Now, my knights do not have a lot of room to maneuver, but there's a purpose behind that. They're fighting marauders, trolls, spawn, and forsaken. But for the main defensive line, we are right over here. Let's have a look right now. So over here is where we've got great swords, halberdiers, spearmen, crossbowmen, and of course our leader too, Karl Franz. He's having to defend because Belegar is striking at Wrecker's Point. And that's why we've got to hold on. We've got to do what we can. And here they come right now. We'll move into a normal speed. Belegar is by far, as of right now, much stronger than our Karl Franz, which means we've got to play it smart. We've got to be careful. Okay, you guys are shouting. You sound brave. That's good because you're about to be hit by the Belegar, who's now moving in. Oh no. Don't move in, please. And so he's going to charge right into the middle. Now, the whole goal of what we need to do here is to get him to follow Karl. Karl just needs to fly away. He just needs to lure him away while we destroy their army. And as you're able to see right now, they've got trolls moving in. We're going to move in our own infantry very soon. Our ranged units will hopefully deal a lot of damage to them. They've got just a lot that I need to watch out for. But so far, they are holding quite well. Belegar, he's following. He's got his own little shield, which is quite annoying for us. Back over here, the Warhounds, they broke. They could be back. They will be back. And we're just going to take our time fighting their infantry. See, now they're stuck. Now they're just having to stay put. And here's where we have, of course, our knights. They're not going to charge in just yet. Surprisingly, the swordsmen, they're doing fine, but they will need a little bit of aid in just a bit of time. Now, pistoliers are in the middle for a reason. And you'll see that in just a bit of time, too. So back over here, let's have a look. We've got range units who are actually getting some decent kills. I mean, our goal is to go after all these marauder horsemen, and so far, that's working out. They're being churned. They're being just spat out. Oh, these guys look cool. Pretty toasty. Yeah, they're being hit hard right now by all of his ranged attacks. My goal was to get rid of their capability to hit from afar, while I keep all of their melee busy. They've got aspiring champions, the Severed Claw. And here is Belegar. So there's my trap. It won't be a lot of damage, but now he's being lured over my pistoliers who are getting clear shots at him. He only has 1 kill right now. Karl is a bit more nimble. I felt like I should use what we have to our advantage, and that would be speed. It's like in a movie. You've got the smaller protagonist having to fight the larger antagonist, and there he goes now, is luring him around as we take shots, and we're also destroying his army. I mean, look, they're gone. They're done. Infantry, great swords. Back over here, we're still fighting. We don't have all of the tools we need, but they don't have what they need to be able to stop us. No, they do not. Spearmen, greatsword, swordsmen, all together. Our triumvirate has won. And so they fall. Now, let's come over here. Here's where the knights have moved in. Let's see, I like to be able to zoom in. I like to be able to take my time explaining to you what I'm doing, because usually I'm having to think to myself and I'm just having to right click and just exhale heavily, just trying to figure things out as we go. And that has its own place, but I love looking at these battles from a more cinematic view. I love being able to watch them unfold because I don't get to really do that when I'm having to just right click and zoom out and just trying to figure things out here. Now, Sundered Armor. So his armor's been brought down to 15. He's taking a lot of damage. My goal, because he's a large model, is to hit him with all of our ranged attacks. If we could destroy him, if we could get rid of Belegar, that's great. And dear God, whose blood is that? That better be his, because I mean, that's a lot of blood. Look, Karl's doing it. Though, look at the damage he's taking, see? That's why we've got to be careful. So, briefly, let's go over the other points. We've got another checkpoint over here where we've won. It was quite easy and simple. Back over here, we're still fighting, but eventually they're going to fall apart. Only their unbreakable units like the Chaos Spawn will remain, but the rest of them will fall apart. The Knights are able to actually help us hold. Belegar is so powerful. If I told Karl Franz to go in immediately on his own, Karl would have gotten knocked out. Karl would be gone. Oh. Look at that monstrosity. That is terrifying. Just wiping out so many different soldiers. But it's over for him, and we have won the battle. Belegar is no more. His bell's been rung. Oh no. He's punch drunk. Oh, it's like he's in MMA. He's trying to stand back up, but he's been shaken. His legs are giving out. It's over for Belegar. And that one soldier's like, ha, you didn't get me, kid. Too good for you. Go back to the Chaos Wasteland. Go back to the Chaos Realm. Wait, did he try to dab? Like one Chaos dab? Well, we didn't let him. And so we won that battle, and Belegar won't take this point. He came to the wrong neighborhood. The Imperial neighborhood. The battle is over now. Karl Franz over here was able to hold on, which is quite nice too. He's gone up a couple of ranks, and he was able to unlock Deathclaw as well. We're going to give him an Emperor's Journey, plus 10% to weapon strength. He'll be unbreakable too. Heroic Knightly Band, we might as well take that. Yeah, we'll pick it all up. Now, we've got to eradicate those who are close by. The God Slayer. Well, you're not a Karl Slayer. Didn't really work out for you. That was a pretty decent army. They dealt a lot of damage to us, but we did beat them, and it felt great. It felt superb. Alright, so we'll come back over here to Wrecker's Point. I think it's a good idea. It's worked out for us so far. We could actually go out over here and try to hit that army. I don't know how to auto-resolve would handle it though. We've taken some damage, so we probably need to be careful. Now, we could do allied recruitment. I've got some units over here, but I'm losing some money. Only a bit. I could change it up. No, we're going to leave him where he's at the moment. I mean, my other option is to pick up some more electric count units like Karabir Greatswords. I mean, I do like Greatswords a lot, but I'll save them all for right now for a nice emergency. I don't feel like he's in a dire emergency yet. Oh, wait, hold on. He's got Emperor's Headquarters. See, I love this mod because of these unique buildings over here. I think it's pretty cool. It makes sense to me. It's a high tier thing. All right, upkeep down. Yeah, I want my upkeep to go down, please. Can't build it all in one go, so he did fix that up to make it a little bit more challenging for you. Totally get it. Now, let's go over to where Gelt is at. So, Gelt, you know what you need to be doing. We've got some enemies we're worried about. Well, not really worried about, but that we're annoyed by. So over here, we've got Hans Schneider. Pretty soon he'll be ready, but we need our armory. I did destroy that, so we've got to wait for that now. But my other option is I don't wait for that. Aha, wait, hold on. Big brain activity. I'm having a brain blast. We'll come over here and pick up the Karabir Greatswords. Ahaha. There we go. All right, so we're about to go into a new battle very soon. But before we do that, Gelt, you know what you need to do. Can you make it over here? Well, you can make it over to Helmgard. Yeah, you know what? We're going to have Gelt just burn down the world. We're going to have him come over here and just get rid of all these idiots over in Bretonnia. They've aggravated me so much, and so they will die. Okay. Who's over here? Lewin. All right, Lewin.
Huntsman General.
Prepare to get your wine, because we're here to beat you now. We're going to Karabir, which is quite fortuitous. We've got our Karabir Greatswords, and they're going back to, of course, Karabir. Now, hold on. Let's make sure. Do we have everything that we're able to use right now? I do believe we do. Very nice. We need even more for him. But Hans, let's go kill. And of course we have a very cool guy over here. A great sword Empire Captain. Adalbert Allenstag. Bruno Hasselhoff. So we've got like pretty much everyone ready to go. Let's go to battle now.
Into the front.
The Bretonnians have a very intimidating army to say the very least here. It won't be easy. Not only do they have the numbers, they do have some of the quality too. Oh, trebuchets. They're quite powerful. I went to a Joji show and they had a trebuchet slinging out shirts. It's quite effective. Now, let's have a look over here real quick. We've got our army, and you know the famous corner, you've got to have it. Our formation, we've got great swords in the middle, halberdiers on our flanks, and of course huntsmen right behind our great swords. But here's a change. We've got the Air Force, the Imperial Air Force. It was about time. Look, if dwarfs have that, I feel like we should have that too. Imagine you no longer have to scout using a horse. You've got a gyrocopter. It's better. All right. They're knights right now. They were trying to charge in. Then they said, nope, we're out. Our goal is to hopefully stop them. Now, we're gonna want one group of our gyrocopters to move out over there and to, of course, go after their artillery. Oh, look at that. Oh my wa Moshenduru. We're already behind them, shooting that trebuchet. No trebbing today. Yeah, they're having to move forward. We'll take some damage from their archers. That's a shame, but we're gonna hit them. We're gonna hurt them a lot. Now, we're gonna have to look at a lot of information over here. Let's have a look real quick. We've got, of course, that group of horsemen. They're moving. Oh, that one was hit. They're moving forward. We're using a debuff upon them. The mystifying miasma. And so now they flee, but it's only one group. That's only one group. Our formation over here just will have to wait. We've got knights over in the woods right now, just waiting. They have just a horde of knights moving forward. And all the while, we've got that one gyrocopter group, our gunships. Yeah, we'll just call them gunships. They're over here attacking that trebuchet crew. These peasants, oh yeah, they're gonna want some wine and cheese very soon. Now let's have a better look at our gunships. Oh, they're beautiful, beautiful. I like the idea that we just took a bunch of different technology from a whole bunch of different lands, dwarves, Cathay, whatever, and now we have our own gunships. Yeah, one trebuchet gone. They're not gonna be able to hit us too much harder. Let's come back over here where we've got, of course, the knights all charging in. And you can see that they're already being hit by another miasma. Some of their shots landed over here. Thankfully took out two of their knights. A few of our guys are being sent back, but our great swords, they're holding right now. Yeah, back over here is where we have our huntsmen just hitting them really hard. That was our goal the whole time, is to use our gunships to hurt all of their mounted units. Then to, of course, watch out for the king, Lewin. Very powerful man. The halberdiers, they're holding right now, all from Altdorf. Our new army here, I mean, they're having to do their best at the moment. If we zoom out real quick, let's have a look. So they're hitting hard, but of course we have our knights countering their knights too. They might even be able to beat us, but we're using our gunships to great effect. In fact, we're probably only winning because of our gunships. Now, of course, if I didn't have those gunships, I would have other elite units to help out. But for now, they're by far our most elite units. Over here, they have Bien, a paladin, but we have on our side something better. Okay, not Hans. The Great Sword Captain. The Great Sword Captain over here, who I think should just be in the game by default, but we have a mod for it, and it's really cool. Lewin, over 20 kills. We'll get a better look at him, hopefully, in the future, but right now he's kind of busy. He's kind of busy fighting. So we easily took out the trebuchets over there. They're now moving forward to come help out. They have 128 kills at the moment. They're pretty darn effectual, and now we're just going to focus on even more of them. Yeah, here's one army where we're just going to have gunships, and we're just going to use them just like standard artillery, hitting them where it just hurts a lot. I mean, Hellstone rocket batteries would also work here. It wouldn't have helped against the knights nearly as much, but definitely against the masses of infantry. So back over here, we've got halberds. We've got a lot of friends who are holding the great swords. They're taking some damage, but they're also able to hold on just fine. We're taking out that paladin too. Lewin, he's holding. He's going after Hans, but that's okay. Hans, he's going to keep him busy. Yeah, there they are now. Eventually, we'll want to focus on the king. The king of getting his men killed. But he'll have left his capital exposed, which could work to our benefit for sure. Now, let's have a look real quick. If we zoom out, all of these gunships, they're able to move right behind them and flank. So now they're just accumulating kills because we've got how many infantrymen all grouped up? Maybe don't do that. Lewin has over 40 kills. Oh, he hit the huntsman again. The paladin's going after him too. Our great swords have taken way too much damage, but sometimes you gotta like choose what guys are gonna have to be just in the worst possible location. But it looks like right now they're all falling apart. They couldn't do it. I mean, that's a lot of low tier units. They lost their knights, and that's where we just go after the king. We're gonna send in our halberdiers. We'll try to just break him down. There's Lewin doing what Lewin does best, taking a shaft. There we go. From our mini soldiers. Phrasing, I know. My bad. All right, over here. Halberdiers. You've broken some foot squires who have over what, 30 kills? Not bad. We've got what? Lewin, who had gotten what, 61 kills alone? I thought he would have had more. Never mind, he's been shattered too. So we've won the battle. Now we get to chase after him. That's right. You thought flying was a big deal. Not anymore. We've got the means. And so that's where we just try to follow him for a bit. Oh, that's got to be terrifying. You're trying to get out of here with your steed and, oh, you're just being shot. Where's he at now? Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to actually get rid of him, but we won the battle. It was a close one. We did it. We had a close victory. Now, there are times whenever you see that I don't lose a lot of units. That doesn't always mean it was an easy victory. No. If things broke in a certain way, if I lost, let's say, more of my infantry, then they would have gone over and destroyed all of my archers. My army size is already quite small, 1,309. I lost 360. Look at who really won it for me. Our gunships. If it wasn't for that, I would not have made it. It would have been really, really bad, but thankfully we did beat them. We've got a Dawnstone for more physical resistance. And we're going to occupy. We're not here to destroy our own lands. We've got Kingslayer for the huntsman. Not really that handy for him, but hey, he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. I feel like the firing arc for the huntsman general is not really superb.
Hunt and forage.
I want to see them getting more kills out there. Okay. We could pick up Experienced Hunter for more range for our range units. I do like that a lot. I like all of these, actually. I want all of them. Oh yeah, these would all be really good to have, I think. Hold the line over here, more melee defense and leadership. But yeah, over here, bonus versus infantry. Bonuses for my spearmen and my halberdiers, in addition to my great swords. We've got survival expert, quite nice to have for more replenishment. We could really just upgrade our army. I think I should probably do that for my soldiers right now. Pistol Corps, because I've got my huntsmen, and I do like my huntsmen. Yeah, they're over here. A range of 179 is actually really good. So let's have a look real quick. Do I have any interesting huntsman units over here? Well, shoot, no, I don't. I don't want to spam steam tanks. I feel like that's a little bit too easy and strange, but I will probably pick up a few other units to help me out. Like, I think I probably want some Griffites over here. They're anti-large. We could use some more large hunting units. Like Demigriff Knights would have torn down some questing knights. Now, Bruno Hasselhoff did a great job, so here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and pick up, for now, let's see, the Pendulum for some more damage. Oh, I like all the different colors. I don't know what's a mod and what's from the update or not. It's pretty crazy. I'm glad that despite the major updates we've been getting, I'm still able to come out here and, oh, hold on, let's go back real quick and actually play my save. I was very worried about that, but yeah, so here's a mod adding in, of course, Greatsword Captains, and that's really cool. So we've got plus 12 to armor, plus 12% to strength. We've got over here Taste for Battle. So for any rank 7 and above units, we're looking at a lot of buffs for what? Great Swords, Reichsguard, Knights too. Physical resistance as well. I mean, we've got a lot over here.
Is it time?
All right, so now that we've done all of that, I mean, we have done so much. We still need to push on, though. We're not done yet. Captain Heiner, he's down over here defending, or trying to defend. That was his goal. It's going to be his goal. We'll move him over to probably Karak Norn, where they don't have, well, Grimhold could work out too. Yeah, they don't have proper walls over in Grimhold, so he'll move over there. We'll come over here and reduce upkeep, hopefully make some more money very soon. We've got Knud over here, if I've got that name right. If I don't, please correct me. I try to ensure that I modify my pronunciations. Of course, I do have an American English accent, so I won't always nail it, but I do try my best, or it'll be within my own accent and what I'm able to speak. But I do try. I just want you to know that I'm putting in the effort, all right? So over here, we've got a quest battle. Oh my god. Was it always like that? I feel like I can zoom in so close. I think that might be my campaign map mod, but that's visually very nice to look at. Very strange thing for me to point out, but I do like the way that it looks. All right, so over here, we've got the Grand Crusader, Klaus. Now, Klaus, I could have him go after a few things, I suppose. Karl would need to go after that quest battle. I kind of wish that they were more general quest battles so anyone could go handle it, but I think what we'll do, we'll probably send him out over to the northeast where we've got some enemies. We do. Ah, Kislev, or the 8 Peak Goblins. Yeah, that's a strange little naming bug, but not a big deal. It's just pretty funny to me. All right, so I don't want to deal with all that attrition. We do have plagues to worry about. Let's move over here to the east for right now. Yeah, the Grand Crusader, he's done a lot of work. We're going to have him move up north. Actually, just move up north because we just need to make it up here to the capital of Ostermark and other lands too. All right. Now, we've gone through everyone. It's about time for us to end our turn in just a moment. I just need to upgrade what we have over here, which means I need to reduce upkeep. So hold on, let's come over here. Stockpile, reducing upkeep. We could do a lot. Spotters for more campaign movement range. I don't want to spend all of my money, but we need to spend some money. All right, so over here, we've got some more help. We could build up a few more things, like a blacksmith. Yeah, you let me know how you feel about this mod. I think it's really cool. If you think it's too much, just let me know about that. I just like the variety. To me, it just means that we don't have to like stand still in one location to recruit. We could actually move and do more things. But yeah, so we've done a lot so far. We have more to do. A new turn with more to do. So we've got General Bernhardt who's going to approach as well. But before that, let's get Gelt to come out here and bother our enemies a bit. We could always use a few more levels. You know what? It's about time to turn up the heat. Gelt has done a lot. We've had a lot of very funny battles, very intense fights too, and it's about time to go after what's left of our enemies. And it's a lot, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's some simple matter of me just saying, hey, I'm gonna wave my wand. Well, for Gelt, it's a matter of waving his wand or his staff. My bad, not a wand. All right, he's not a Harry Potter. All right, another enemy gone. And that's how we're cleaning them up right now. We're just going through them and destroying them all. It's easy. Then we could actually just push on at the moment and go after the undead fully. There's Heinrich, oh, level 10, poor baby. Now we'll come over here to Karak-Zeflin. They have a minor garrison. Again, another easy win for us. We'll occupy Karak-Zeflin, and we now own that area. Imagine that there. You've got your armies out over there. They might not be at full strength, and you just hear that Gelt has arrived. The Doom soundtrack kicks in. You're like, oh, crap. It's over. Oh, look at that. Mentor. Having learned much in their long years of service, this character now turns their attention to training others. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Hey. Yeah, we'll take that. I'm not sure which mod adds that in. If it is a mod, it's got to be a mod, right? Look, whenever you mod as much as I do, and you haven't played for a bit, you come back and you can't really tell what's reality anymore. It's like, okay, well, maybe I added that in, but also, I don't know. All right, so over here, we could get some more income. We do need more growth, so we'll take fields. I could give away what I have right now to the dwarfs. It's an option. We'll come over here and we'll bring in General Bernhardt. Oh, it's about time. They're able to move so far. They're doing fine. We'll just occupy Montfort, so we now have Montfort. See, we got it anyway. Now, he would not have been able to reach, of course, Karak-Zeflin. All right, we'll upgrade the campsite. We could use more money for sure. A stockpile over here, we'll take that too. Actually, you know what? We'll ignore the campsite because, again, I'm going broke at the moment. I've got a lot going on, okay? We'll come over here to the Grand Crusader. The Grand Crusader, we'll have him move up north to the capital of Ostermark there, as we do have rats. And I hate having a rat problem. It might go after Kappelberg. Could I actually reach? No, I can't reach him. Shoot, I was hoping. All right, so we've got pretty much everyone where they need to be. We just need to move a few more people. The Huntsman General. Yeah. Now, let's have a look at our Huntsman real quick. He's got everything he needs, I believe. I do wish they could have like a good steed or maybe something else. I feel like that would add a lot to them. Why wouldn't they use a horse in my view? Over here, we've got the Knights Panther chapter house. We don't need to actually use it, but we'll take again our fields. We could easily offset our losses right now, but that's okay. Now, we do want to pick up our reserves. We also want to go after a few more enemies. So we do have Weismund right over here to the northeast, or we could go after Marienburg. I do like the idea of going after Marienburg. Yeah, I think I kind of want to finish up over here. So you know what? We'll do that. We'll be there in like one turn. We'll wait over here for right now. We're just going to reduce our upkeep.
General.
And of course, we've got Karl. Karl's busy doing whatever Karl does. Oh, okay. Bye. Your little baby army means nothing to me, so goodbye. You know what? I could use money. I'll pardon those who I've beaten. Go back home. Tell them that Karl beat you. All right, so we did that now. Rank 18, everyone. Rank 18 for dear old Karl. All right, so what we'll give to him right now is going to be, again, including his units here. His mighty infantry. That's right. We're all about the men on the line. All right, so we've done all that we can right now. I could upgrade a few things. I need to be careful with what I make right now because, again, I financially not doing too hot, only because my expenditures are so high. But I guess we do have a few more weaving houses we could add in, and so there we go. We'll upgrade one over here, 840. It's very cheap. So you're watching how I like to manage whatever I can, and paved roads would be great for more income. All right, that'll do. That'll do.